stay that way, but right now it's in the 70s. Yay! So, my name is Jamerica, and my channel name is Jamerica Life. And I'm a gardener, I'm a homesteader. I own chicken. I have a garden, of course. I own chickens, I own quail. I'm trying to go through the list. Sheep, goats, rabbits. And did I say chickens? I may have said that already. And dogs. um, so I'm all around, Oh, and ducks that I'm two short ducks. I sold two of them, thank goodness. So they're on their way out. And I sold some chickens today. I'm getting rid of some of the quail too. I'm trying to downsize. Springtime will hit us soon, so we got to get this thing started, right? We got to get it started, because if you don't, you're going to get left behind. I don't want to get left behind, do you? Trying to pull me up. Yeah, so I can see who's here. How you doing, Pink? Wait, Pink, beige? Wait a minute, that's not it. This is the commercial. Oh my god, now that's funny. All right, let me turn this thing off. Off. All right. Tina Johnson, how you doing? Spin 62, how you doing? Broke Farmer, how you doing? I'm on here a little late today. Normally I'm here in the morning. So y'all know that spring is coming, right? We gotta get our seedlings in before it's too late. Who was that? Oh, that's Tina Johnson. Okay. Shantae, how you doing? Shantae G, my life. So this is callaloo. This is sort of the Jamaican version of collard greens in the United States, except in my opinion, it's more prolific because it grows really tall. It grows about 5-6 feet tall. And just because it's little right now does not mean it's going to stay that way. The seeds, when you plant the seeds, you plant them directly on top of the soil, and just spray them down. Keep spraying them down until they germinate. So I planted so many this year that I'm going to have to plant in a cement tray, because these are tropical plants. They cannot. I'm throwing my sticks out. I told y'all I don't buy I don't buy seed start mix, so I have to go through the rigmarole of throwing some of the logs out. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go ahead and get these planted in this cement tray, and I'm gonna put it back inside because this is a tropical plant and it's supposed to get freezing tonight. As a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna have to. I know I'm gonna have to bring my avocado trees in. Always me. In and out of the house. That's where it goes, because it's too big for the greenhouse right now. The greenhouse is doing just fine. Y'all see it's all shut down, right? Shut down, locked up. Let's see what's going on in chat. So here is the callaloo, right? And it's a lot. And because this thing is going to be in here a while, I'm going to put some stuff in here. Now this is perlite. Perlite is going to hold on to the water for me. Kishana Love, how you doing? Taisha, I'm trying to say it. Taisha, how you doing? Welcome. So I'm gonna put this perlite in here, and I'm not measuring it. All the perlite is gonna do, the perlite doesn't have any nutritional value. All it does is hold on to water for you, so you don't have to water as much. And it makes the soil lighter and easier for the roots to come through. Initially, I was gonna plant this stuff in a seedling tray, a deep seedling tray, but I changed my mind and said, you know what, just put it in a cement tray so that you can get it out. This is bone meal. Bone meal is for flowering and roots, but I want to give the roots some extra help. This is new soil, so I don't necessarily have to do this, but because I know I can't put these jokers out until summertime or spring here in Texas, where there's no chance of frost, because 2022 we had a freeze of February 15th, late February. which is when, you know, most of us Texans or us people in 9A start putting our seedlings out. And everybody who put them out that year had to run out there and either cover them up or they lost it. So be careful with that. Just because they say it's your last frost date does not mean it's your last frost date. Sometimes they say our last frost date is at the end of February. So there's that. But some people get, you know, they say, oh, it's 75, 80 degrees. I could put them out, and then we'll get a cold spell that drops to the, shoot, sometimes the cold spell drops to Brownsville, which is, I think that's zone 10. That's right next to Mexico. So I put some bone meal in there. And I've had this blood meal. People, you know, some people think that supplements cost a lot, and stuff like this, blood meal and bone meal, they do. This bone meal though is for the leaf, and this is a leafy crop. This is one of the greens that you can grow in the middle of summer, and it will do just fine. As a matter of fact, it thrives. That's how it's supposed to grow in a tropical or hot weather climate. As long as you keep the soil wet, the callaloo's gonna grow. And I consider it a brassica. I don't think it's in the brassica family, but it is a leaf crop. You eat the leaves, and they get big. And they got bigger. I think I planted this not last year, but maybe the year before. Man, I had callaloo. I had so much callaloo that I was canning it. I was freezing it. Ooh, there was a lot. And this is the amaranth callaloo. This is the amaranth callaloo, the green leaf callaloo that the Jamaicans use. If you're talking to somebody from the other islands, their callaloo is the taro leaf. Jamaicans, we use amaranth. Okay. I don't know if, you know, if you eat Jamaican callaloo, you probably gonna eat this one, which is an amaranth. So I got the blood meal and bone meal mixed in, right? Soil is nice and airy, which is what I want, because I don't want it to be, I want it to hold on to water, but I don't want it to be mud or dense. That's never good for any of your plants. So I filled this thing, I think I filled it up too much. Do I have something I could use? Yeah, I do have another pot here I can use. Just a minute, y'all. There. I want it high, but I don't want it that high. So I'm gonna take some of it out and put it in here. When I water it, it's gonna drop anyway, but I need at least an inch to water. So I'm taking some of it out and fill this seedling tray. I'll probably plant something in here. So, because you know, it's not good to just leave soil on top of a seedling tray. I'll plant something. I don't need to plant anything right now, but I will. Maybe some spinach, because my spinach is not what I hoped it would be this year. I'll probably plant some spinach. That's a good idea. Not on this sitting though. We're gonna plant this callaloo because it's gonna take me a long time. Let me see. Lady Dagger Status, how you doing? Rosie, how you doing? I sent y'all your seed packets. I hope you got it. I sent it regular mail, so there's that. No, I hope I put enough stamps on there. I didn't want to go to the post office, so I did it through the regular mail. It's not much, but it's enough to get y'all. If you don't have a garden, you'll have a garden with those seed packets I sent you. So let me put that here. I still need to take some more out. I was overzealous. Okay, so I got this down about an inch, right? And if it's too high, I'm just gonna bring it over. Now I'm just trying to level it out. Once we get started, it's gonna go real fast. I'm not gonna use this hori, by the way. It's gonna go really fast. I'm just trying to level it out. Okay. So callaloo, amaranth callaloo, and these seeds, I believe I got it from the Amazing store. The other set that I haven't planted yet, or that I don't have out here. Oh gosh, one is stuck to the side. No seedling left behind. No, no, no. And all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the little seedling, put a little hole there, and close it in on itself. You want me to bring y'all closer? So you just take them and you break off a piece, right? Because you don't want to do the whole thing at the same time, right? You break off a piece and put these back where it's safe, right? So I have 2 pieces here. This is a whole lot of them. I don't know. I might have to use that sealing tray for some of them because there's a lot in here. A lot. This right here is 3. Usually I bring my skewer out here and just a regular old skewer that you would use for barbecue. That's how I plant them normally. But I forgot it inside and I don't want to walk away from y'all. So I'm just putting them in there one by one. In a month or so, you ain't gonna believe that these are the same plants. That's how big they get and how quickly they get big. Look at that. See that? I'm holding real delicate. And I'm planting them about 1 inch apart. I just need them to be, I just need to put them to bed until I can get them outside. And that's not for another 30 to 45, maybe 60 days, depending on how I feel the weather is acting. I don't trust this weather sometimes, this time of year. The rest of it is pretty predictable, but what, last frost date, uh-oh, I dropped you too far. The last frost date isn't necessarily the last frost date. Not. And this computer is giving me the business. What are we transplanting? We're transplanting callaloo. Callaloo is a green that we use in Jamaica. It's in the amaranth family, and we use the leaves, and we cook it kind of like collard greens. Almost exactly like collard greens, to tell you the truth. Except it doesn't have that sharp taste. And they get humongous, which is why I'm a little upset at myself for planting so much. Because I don't know when to put all this stuff. I really don't. I don't know why I planted this much, but it's here. So I love you just the same, callaloo. You're here, baby. And I don't want to slight you. I dropped that one too far. I don't want to slight these plants, so I'm just pulling them off little by little, making sure I don't cover them up, and getting them in there. This thing is gonna be dense real soon. And sometimes you think when you're planting this stuff, well, what if it passes away, huh? What if they don't germinate, and then they all germinate and you end up in a situation like this? Don't be me. Just plant double, count your, now with callaloo you can't see the seeds because it's dust level. That's in my defense. That's what happened. But man, I must have dropped the doggone seeds in this planter because it's way too many of them. I shouldn't say that while I'm holding the plants. This is kind of bad juju, but it's true. And I'm just getting them in there and covering the roots up. With these little plants, don't squeeze your finger. I mean, it's like putting on eyelashes. Be feather light. Don't squeeze, don't do nothing. I don't put on eyelashes, so I don't know. I don't know what to do to put eyelashes on. You be careful though. You be careful. You just pull them apart real gentle. And they get tangled up sometimes, but they will snap on you, by the way, if you pull to the wrong way. See that? Isn't that beautiful? Where am I? See the little green specks looking up at me. I knew there was going to be a lot of them, though. When I saw them coming up, I said, oh, my goodness. I overdid it again. And I told you these jokers, they get big as sugar cane. That's how big they get. Their husks, their main stem is as big as sugar cane. Which is why I'm a little, I don't know, maybe I'll take it out to the woods and plant it. And give it to I gotta check to see if my chickens can eat callaloo. And if so, I'll give it to them because I don't like wasting. If I plant something and it grows, I try my doggone best to make sure it stays alive. Y'all, this is not gonna be enough space. Not. And I'm doing it an inch apart. It's not gonna be enough space. Miss Simona, how you doing? Welcome. I hope y'all had a pleasant day. I know that some of y'all are on your way back home from work. I'm retired, so there's that. The only work I do is like with the chickens and with the animals. That's my job now. Something that I want to do. Right now, I will be stuck in traffic. Right here, right now. What time is it? 4 something? Yep, I'll be stuck in traffic. Austin traffic is bad, y'all. and we're stuck in traffic for a long time. And it don't have to be an accident. It's just congested. It's just what we call in Germany a Stau, which is a traffic jam. No accident. It's just too many cars on the road. They're trying to build some passing lanes like above I-35 right now. Thank goodness. They're a little late though. They're a little late. Trying to, when I moved down to South Austin, I moved down to South Austin because there wasn't a lot of people down here 20 years ago. Up north, everybody was moving up north to Pflugerville and Round Rock, and I was like, nope, take me down south. Even Georgetown. Georgetown is beautiful, by the way. So I took my butt down to South Austin, right? Because there was no traffic down here. Go forward 20 years, and everybody came down here. Girl, get out of my plants. This doggone dog, she's eating my stuff. Y'all saw the video on my sweet potatoes. You know this dog came up on the table and ate some of my sweet potatoes. I didn't touch it though, but I wanted to put my hands on her. And Anita's World, how you doing? Miss Simona, yeah, hi. I know, I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Just reminiscing of how I'd be stuck in traffic right now. Thankful that I don't have to do that no more. I was dreaming on that highway. I used to dream of the day I didn't have to do it. Whew. I didn't think I was gonna make it a couple of times. And in the mornings, there was a lot of traffic also. So imagine coming in early in the morning, right? And your coworkers may not have experienced the same ordeal that you did trying to get to work. And you just happy to be there, right? But you need to get your mind right before I say hello. But that I don't want to hold on to any extended conversations when I get off the road, because I am a little upset most of the time, especially if I was stuck in traffic for a long time. And some people are just so happy in the morning. They want to come around. They come with their coffee and want to socialize. And I'm like, yeah, And they could tell. I guess my face tells on me. They could tell I didn't want to talk. All I want to do is sit down, get a cup of coffee, sit down at my desk, and breathe for a little while. now I felt safe. I'm off the road. Don't let it rain in Austin either. Oh my goodness, there's gonna be an accident before you get to work. You're gonna get stuck. Just chalk it up. If it's raining, if you had bad weather the night before, tack on another 30 minutes and hope it ain't you who get into the accident. Because it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Oh, I used to get so mad. I was like, hey, and I'm a New Yorker. I come from New York City, and I've been stuck in traffic jams, but most of them was not from an accident. It was just because there's too many cars on the road on a bad day. And it's a bad day. It's cold and icy out there right now. The only difference is they put salt on those roads. It snows and the sanitation department comes out early in the morning. You hear chinga, 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 chinga. I don't know if it's still like that. That's when I was a kid, because I left when I was like 17. You hear the sanitation department come through early in the morning, clear those roads up. Very rarely did I get into it. Very rarely did I get stuck. I wasn't working. I was going to school. Did I get stuck because of an accident? Even in bad weather, and there was always bad weather. They didn't shut down nothing for bad weather up there. If it snowed, you still going. The city, they say the city that never sleeps, and they meant that. They meant that. Lady Dagger status. They still salt everything. Trucks rolling through the. Yo, see, that's right. So you in New York, yeah. And what used to get me was that we would dig our driveway out, right? So my mom and my grandma, they could get out in the morning, man. Sanitation department come and bury you back in, bury the front of the driveway back in. And when they came through, they were like, shoot, they was on they weren't on city time. They was getting them roads cleared quick. They was basically speeding through the what was it, the Van Wyck Expressway. You hear them chinga 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 chinga, and they be doing 30, 40 miles an hour, and you just see a wave of snow or slush, that gray stuff, just flopping up. Don't be walking down the sidewalk because they'll cover you up. They don't care, and they just keep on going. I forget what movie reminded me of that. Some Christmas movie reminded me of that with that snow that snow sanitation snow truck. That was for real. That was somebody who experienced that. It's supposed to be bad here tonight though, but it's not gonna snow. I think we got snow here. Was it last year or the year before? It didn't last long. This snows here, you ain't going to work. They shut the city down. Their bridges are not like New York bridges. There's no, oh, you know how the New York bridges have all that steel and siding on it where you can't just fall off the side? Not in Texas. They got, it's like a barrier on the side of the bridge. And believe me, people have flipped off of those bridges more than once. Bad weather or no bad weather. And it's never pretty because those things are about 30, 40 feet high. So let me get some more. I don't think I'm gonna get them all in, y'all. Oh no. Look at that. I'm unburying you, baby. I know that was wrong. There's one under here somewhere that I don't see anymore. Got cup. There it is. All right. Let's see. It's supposed to be Lady Dagger status. It's supposed to snow today and tomorrow. Just a small 30 to 40% chance. Well, okay. I don't. Whew. And then there's the wind chill factor. I'm a New Yorker. I know about all that stuff. The wind chill factor means that the temperature is not the temperature. For those people who are down south, northerners know that. So they'll say, today is going to be 30 degrees. But the wind chill factor is minus 20 or something. Which means it's going to feel like it's doggone near zero. I remember my hands freezing, my toes freezing. I'm not feeling my nose, the tips of my ears. I was waiting on the bus. We don't drive. A lot of New Yorkers don't know how to drive, by the way. A lot of us don't. We don't have to drive. You come to Texas, you're gonna have to drive though. Unless you in the heart of Austin, you have to drive. Miss Shirley OG Gardner, how you doing? Miss Simona, yep, got sprayed by one of those plow trucks trying to cross the street. I'm so sorry. And that snow is dirty. Ooh. Them snow plows. Them guys are ruthless. And I guess, I don't know if they getting double time or not, but they act like it. They act like they getting paid by how many streets they clear. And they don't care about nobody. They will splash you and keep on going. They don't stop. If they do see you, they act like they didn't see you. And they hope that you didn't get their license plates to turn them in. Yep. Man. Wintertime up there and wintertime down here is different. Here, wintertime sneaks up on you because you don't expect it. Right, like right now, it's like 70-something degrees, but tonight is going to drop in the 30s, most likely. They warned us. It was like, don't leave your animals out If you have any plants outside that you still want that are not cold hardy, pull them in because they ain't gonna make it. They'll tell you got it, but you have to. The older I've got, when I was younger and gardening, I lost a lot of plants because I did not listen to the news. Now that I've gotten older and I've become gardening has become my thing, man, I listen to the news like a hawk, especially the weather. I don't care. I care about crime and all that stuff, but I care more about the weather right now at this point in my life because I'm a gardener. It affects me. You pay attention to the things that can change your life or undo all of the work you've done. Man, look at this. Look at this. Whew, and I still got this much left. That's at least 50 plants, by the way. Shantae G, my life. Yes, they issue a hard freeze warning in Dallas. They said it's gonna go all the way to the Gulf. Well, they said no. What he said was, because I listen to the Texas Roundup. I don't know if you do. And he said that if you want any warmth, go down to Brownsville. That's what he said. You want any pleasant weather, go down to Brownsville. Brownsville is about 7 hours away. Who gonna go down? Texas is huge. Texas is huge. And people don't realize that we're not like other states. Texas is like 4 or 5 states put together. Texas is huge. Huge. I was like, man, people like, oh, you from Texas? I have a family in Texas. Do you know the Johnsons? No. You know how many cities and people in Texas? Only people who know each other are people who are in the small towns. And even the small towns are becoming huge now because people from the cities are moving out to the suburbs because the property is cheaper. So the suburbs or the farmland is being sold and everything's turned into a city. If you go from Austin, no. If you go from Georgetown to San Antonio, you're going to think it's almost the same city. There's very few breaks. Very few breaks. They just run into one another. You'll just see a sign and they'll say you're in another town or another city. That's how it's gotten. When I came out here, there was farmland everywhere. On I-35 everywhere. No more of that. Oh, Carol Surround Tree. How you doing? Thank you for coming. Welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Yes. We're planting callaloo. This is not staying out here. These are tropical plants. I'm just doing it out here because it's pleasant out here. It's starting to get a little nippy. I've gotten spoiled, y'all. Anything when it hits 55, I think it's cold. My body has changed. I tell my family members, I ain't coming there until summer. And then some New Yorkers don't have air conditioning. Your family members think, be like, you've changed. Yeah, I changed. Staying in a hotel. I need air. I don't care what you think. I ain't gonna be sitting here fanning myself. like a church lady. Even church ladies don't have to do that nowadays. No, I ain't coming to stay with you. I come to visit. Maybe I'll take you to the mall where there's air. When we were kids, we used to go to Green Acres. Green Acres is in Nassau County. I was born and raised in Queens. And Green Acres is in Nassau County, but we take the bus to Green Acres just to hang out. I don't know if they still allow people to do that. I don't even know if well, Green Acres I think is still around. Malls are not what they used to be. They used to be our refuge. Be where you go when you ain't got nowhere else to go, or you want to air, or you wanted to just walk around and have some fun. They don't like teenagers in there no more. I guess well, I don't remember us getting in any trouble, but I guess it may have changed because they don't like a lot of teenagers in there no more. First of all, they say you ain't got no money. What you doing in here? I think that teenagers do have money. These parents be emptying turning their pockets inside out for their kids nowadays. And those who don't, well, some of them teenagers will take stuff. That's probably why they don't like the teenagers being in their stores. Some teenagers got money. They sure do. I remember in my high school. So, I got this little bit left. Right? Man. Got some little fledgling ones that are hanging on the side. Let me see if I can do this. Never underestimate a seed or a seedling. So that's about 50 to 60 plants right there, all planted. And they're all going inside. Don't ask me where. It's probably going to go on my dining room table because my grow station is full. I have another grow station upstairs. I think I may have some lights. And a grow station to me is just a baker's rack or a anything that has shelving on it. That's a grow station. That could be made into a grow station. You don't have to spend a whole bunch of money on these products because think about your parents. They didn't do that. They may do with what they had. They grow in solo cups, everything. Pepsi bottles, milk jugs. And we become, I think we're a little spoiled now. And you don't have to be. Plant doesn't know any difference. And everything's plastic. This is plastic right here. The only thing I say that you may have to watch out for is with those clear plastic jugs. Just try to cover up the sides so that the roots aren't exposed to lights because it'll air AIR prune on you, which means that the light or air, the air and the light will start affecting the roots. So here we are. We got that much done. I'm gonna take this and put it over there, and we're gonna use this seedling tray for some more. And this is heavy because it's wet. I can't leave it there either because that doggone dog, where'd she go? She's so troublesome. She's been doing all kind of crazy. She she think it's a game. It's not a game. Oh, she be tearing up stuff around here. I haven't had a puppy in at least 6-7 years. I forgot. I went to get my hair retwisted, right? And the beautician, she has a puppy, and she gonna ask me if I want her puppy. I said, oh, no. No. She thought her puppy was bad. Then I started telling her stories of Daisy. Daisy. See? Daisy. She hear me. I told her stories of Daisy. And Daisy, just yesterday, she went and ate up some of my sweet potato. Here she come with her little bad self. Malinois? What'd you eat? What you licking your chops for? She did something. You be eating everything. Sticks, vegetation. And I was like, yeah, I'm surprised she's still alive. Anyway, here's some more. Here's a seedling tray, and I'm going to try to get some of these in here. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 45, 56 cells. It's a 56 cell tray. The wind is coming in, y'all. Yep. My avocado tree's like, you ain't gonna leave me out here today, are you? And I still got lemons up there. A lot of them. They haven't fell down yet. They haven't. Oh, well. They'll fall down tonight. Boo, Daisy. I know I called you, girl. But I didn't mean for you to annoy me. Ooh. Why? Hello, Farmer Chaz. How you doing? I don't know if I'm stuck or not. Because my thing has stopped on here. Here we go. Okay, so I got this seedling tray pretty much full, right? Pressing it down. Not too much, lightly. Let's get some water here. See that? And what I can't do, I'm going to put back in this pot and bury it. What you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up in my world. Oh, having a flashback, y'all. Man. Okay. Here we go. I heard there's a bad virus going around. I think I was exposed to it when I went to New Orleans. And on my way back, I started feeling like I was going downhill. The trick to when you feel get out of there. Don't eat my peppermint. Get out of here. Skedaddle, mutt. The trick to beating a cold is as soon as you start feeling a little weird, go and get some lemon and eat. I ate a lemon. 8. Hit that joker, get some, or what is that other thing I use? Airborne or emergency, something with high vitamin C. As soon as you start feeling, not when you already got, you already bedridden, then you're gonna have to fight it off. But if you could nip it in the bud immediately, you'll be all right. You may still be sick, because I didn't know what it was. I was all congested. You can still hear it in my voice. I was all congested. And everybody in New Orleans, well, not everybody, but about 25% of the people in New Orleans airport was coughing. And we didn't have on no mask. I wish I had brought a mask with me, because I certainly thought about it. I went to the bartender and I got some tea, and I think I got a shot of whiskey, and I asked her for a whole lemon. She got a good tip for that. I said, because you saved me. You saved me from being miserable on that flight. I just need to make it home. And I didn't want, people they're not as weird as they were during the lockdown, or when we just got out of the lockdown. But shoot, that cold is taking people out. It is. So the fireside is the truth. I live by that. My family loves it. I gotta go and find out how to do that. I saw somebody on there, and it looked like a tonic that we was doing during the lockdown. We put all turmeric. We put ginger. Oh, we use turmeric, ginger, garlic, lemon, black pepper, and cayenne pepper. Now, I don't know what fire cider is, but shoot, that's what we were doing. And we did not mix it with no water, no nothing. We took that joker straight. I didn't get the until I went on a cruise. I was the last person to get it. One of the last people. I'm thinking, what is it? Let me see. I think I'm coming down with something, but I'm gonna take the weekend to rest. Be careful with that. There's a thing called malaise. You gotta keep moving, especially if it's on your chest. Keep moving and get some vitamin C in you. Some emergency, some lemons or some oranges. Go ahead and start loading down in vitamin C. That's all I got to say. Don't let it get bad, and don't stay still. It's called malaise. Look it up. I'm not a nurse or anything. I remember I was and a lot of people who put out information, I don't know what happens. You see them one time. This nurse got on there, and she said a lot of people are getting pneumonia because they're not moving. Keep moving. Don't lay down, especially on your back, because then it gets deeper into your lungs. But yeah, do the fireside or whatever you can. And natural or unnatural. Go to the doctor. Don't just let it go. I have a friend whose brother passed away. He thought that he had just a cold, and one day he just dropped down, and that was it. He had pneumonia. He did not know. Don't wait till it get that bad. And don't stay still. Stand up. Stand up and walk. Force yourself to walk around. Just saying. Lady Dagger Status Add all those herbs and others to the apple cider and let it sit for 4 to 6 weeks. Then strain. Then add it to a couple of, oh, and honey. That's what we put in there, honey, to mesh it all together. Shantae G, my life. Chaz, get better soon. Yes, please, please. Don't lay down though. Take some time off, rest, but do something. Don't lay down, flat, especially flat down on the bed. Don't do that unless you're really tired. I pray that you get better, because that thing is taking people out. I just had, unfortunately, somebody pass away. He's not in my family, but he's extended family. They just found him getting out the shower, so he had a cold. Whatever this thing is, he had a cold in it. One day, one minute he was here, and next minute he wasn't, and it's happening a lot. So I don't know if it's on the news, because I don't watch a lot of news. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, unless I have to. I watch the weather, and I sometimes watch the news. And when we were deployed, that's when we found out that a lot of this stuff is not what they say it is. That's all I'm gonna say. They had to change the channel on us because we were getting pissed off, because we was in there and they was reporting stuff that was not necessarily true. Let's see. Walking pneumonia is the worst in my opinion. Yeah, it is. It is. And a lot of people don't know they have it. They don't know they have it. You're right. I was told if you get up and move and keep moving, it still works those lungs. Exactly. And that stuff does not get a chance. It'll set in, but it ain't going to set in like it want to. And I was watching, who was it? Lead Farmer 73. And he was talking about he's seeing young people with oxygen tanks. Be careful. And I just told you, one of my extended family, he had a cold. Probably had walking pneumonia. We didn't know. I guess we won't know until they do an autopsy, if they do an autopsy. Because when elderly people pass away, they don't do nothing. They just say natural causes. But it's happening to young people too. I felt sick for a while. Y'all noticed that I had slowed down on my videos for a little while? I was moving around. I don't have a choice but to get up, and even if I don't want to do anything, I take care of these animals. So I'll tell myself off. My nose is running. I'll tell myself off, say, get up, girl. You know you got to go feed those chickens. You know you got to go feed those quail. You got to drive out there and feed them sheep and goat. They ain't got nobody but you. That's what I did. I'll fuss myself. I will fight through it. Oh, no. Sometimes, now, when I caught the C, oh, Lord. It started off as an ear infection. So I thought. Until I tested positive after getting off that ship full of vaccinated people. I was so mad. Oh, there's a little baby running around coughing. I said, oh, no. No. Little babies will give it to you. Them children, yeah, they'll give it to you. Let me see. I had pneumonia before, and it was horrible. Lady Daggerstatter said that. Carlos Roundtree. I'm getting away from the news too. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't watch it, but I don't make a habit of it, because it'll just tick you off or make you sad. Lose your faith in humanity. And we have our people who report stuff on YouTube, and I appreciate some of them, but man, I watch them and then I don't watch them. I'm going to be one of them people. I don't want to be one of them people who are oblivious to everything. Because when it was just God that let me know that we were having a lockdown. God. Let me tell you how I found out. And I was working at the time. I found out because I had ran out of something from the supermarket the day before the lockdown. So I went to the supermarket and I was like, why there's so many people in this supermarket? There's a million of us in there. And in Texas, if bad weather comes or if something bad is happening, they go straight to that supermarket and wipe it out. It must have been 1,000, 2,000 people in that supermarket. And I heard people talking, yeah, we ain't going back to work tomorrow. It's gonna be a lockdown. We're gonna get locked down. You better get what you can while you can. People, everybody was talking. My family's on the East Coast. I started calling up my family. I called up my cousin. I said, yo, go and get some food for you and your kids. I don't care how much money you have in the bank. Get as much as you can. Because if you don't get it right now, you ain't going to get it for a while. He was like, what? Because he's always working. I knew to call him. Because I knew that he's just working. He ain't paying attention to nobody. He went to that supermarket and said, yo, this place is crazy. All of the cheap meat was gone. He had to buy the expensive stuff. He said, man, they just took all the cheap stuff. I said, well, go ahead and get whatever's left. Because if you try to come back later, an hour from now, you ain't going to have nothing. You and your kids are not going to have any food. Buy as much as you can. Try to get some rice. I was telling him what to get while he was using. He was like, the line is wrapped around. I pray that never happens again. That was crazy. That was crazy. I never dreamed that could happen in my lifetime. Never dreamed of it. And I should have known something was up because our director got up there and started talking to us about the contagious stuff, because I guess the executive staff found out about it before we did. That was the last time I saw him in person, because I retired after we got out of the lockdown. I was like, I ain't gonna make it in there. I don't want to come back in there. So be careful out there. And if something is wrong with you, shoot, drink pot liquor. Y'all know what that is, right? Cook your greens and drink that water like your grandma used to. That stuff is nasty. Do it though. Get some ginger tea. Start drinking that from the real ginger root. And get some vitamin C in you. That's all I gotta say. And some garlic. Garlic and oregano are they fight stuff like that. Like it's their job. That's why they tell you not to put a lot of garlic in your food, because garlic is, well, actually, if you eat too much of it, it doesn't work as well. Let me see. I'm not a doctor though. This is just me talking. Miss Simona, I prep. People have started prepping before it's too late. I'm not saying that I'm a prepper, but I do not want to be in the same position I was last time. I hope it never happens again in my lifetime. I'm not in charge of any of this, but I do not want to be standing up in no freaking line waiting to buy food. I don't want to do that again. And I know y'all don't either. We were all in the same boat. I had to learn about things that I had never done before, because I have a mama, or I had a mama. My mom passed away in New York City. And my mom was approaching like 90 years old. She can't go to the supermarket. I was probably calling up all my cousins, my brother, everybody, trying to get food to my mama. I went and they were price gouging back there on Amazon. Man, they got a lot of my money. I didn't care. I was like, $70 for some tuna fish, for a couple of cans of tuna fish. I just paid it, just so my mama had something to eat. Because I know my mama's a Jamaican. Jamaicans, well, my Jamaican family, they don't keep a lot of food in the house. And I always used to fuss at her. I say, yo, Ma, what's in the freezer? Because as soon as I went home, I would go straight to her freezer and her refrigerator and open it up and see what was in there. She says, oh, yeah, I have food. Then I look. I was like, there ain't nothing in here. A couple of packs of chicken. To me, that's nothing. And a lot of my family members live like that. They go shopping every other day. And the thing is, they'll have the money in the bank, but they don't fill their freezer up. I got it. I don't know how I got like this. Maybe it's because the military starved us a couple of times to teach us a lesson, or it was because of that lockdown, because I don't think I was as vigilant as I am now. When I buy in bulk. Even for my dogs. When I go in there, I'll get 6 bags of dog food. And people look at me like I'm crazy. I don't care. Chicken food, 10 bags. I go in there and I don't have to go in there for the rest of the month. I'll go and get 10 bags. They'll be like, how many chickens do you have? And people, it kills me. That ain't none of your business. How many dogs do you have? That ain't none of your business. I don't like buying this stuff, so I buy it in bulk. And that'll be all that's in my cart. Just a whole bunch of dog food. I hope they don't think I'm eating the dog food. Maybe that's why they looking at me like that. Lady, get dagger status. Oh, man, I missed something. Cod liver oil, castor oil, and lemon juice. Stuff was nasty. But it works. It helps you, lady. But you got to be careful with castor oil. You got to get the kind that you can if that's edible, because there's 2 kinds. Don't get the one that you're supposed to rub on your body and put in your hair, because that'll make you sick. Oh man. Who it was? Cod liver oil, castor oil, lemon juice. That stuff was nasty. Lady Dagger status says it was me and my younger daughter to make the market run 1 time a week, asking everybody what they needed. Didn't want that to happen again either. Rough, I know. Farmer Chad, Shantae, that sounds nasty. She talking about that castor oil. Ooh. That's how you can torture somebody's kid, your kid, or somebody else's kid. Make them take that castor oil. It's good for you though. That and that cod liver oil. They used to line us up with that joker. The one with the fish, the one with the little fisherman. I hated that fisherman. In that brown bottle. Like, oh no. Come on, children. Just swallow it. Don't think about it. Just swallow it straight down. We used to be talking to each other. How many of us was there? 1, 2, 3, 5 of us. There's 5 of us getting taunted. But then we would see my grandma was the one who administered the tonic. She would take it too, to show us that, everybody had to take it, including her. Let me see. Miss Shirley Ojigan, castor oil with the half of a orange to bite afterwards. Don't, you know what? And you will get two if you you get 2 teaspoons. Oh no, that's terrible. Carlos Roundtree said, have you ever heard of Father John and 666 sulfur? No, I never heard of that. Scott's emulsion, that's what they gave us. Scotch emulsion and that castor oil. Shantae Drees said, right. Fatima HYP. I was tough. I was taught to shop in bulk since I was a youngster. Meat, dry goods, and canned goods. Yeah, my Jamaican family wasn't like that. They weren't like that. They I don't know if it was because they had small refrigerators in the West Indies. I don't know. But I guess maybe it's because they wanted fresh food and they thought that, the supermarket's food was fresh. I don't know. But I know my grandmother kept more food in the refrigerator than my mother did. But my grandmother was the cook. She was one who cooked for all the kids, all us kids. And I'm kind of like her, especially after what happened a couple of years ago. No, I learned my lesson. Yeah, I was calling up all my cousins. Everybody I could get on the phone, I was calling them. And telling them to spread the word, because I don't want them to go out like that. That's a horrible way to go. Be hungry. Woo! I've been hungry before, where I felt like my stomach was going through to my back. Especially with kids. That's when it gets me. When kids are hungry, that's when I get real upset. Us grown-ups, we ain't got nobody to blame but ourselves most of the time. But them children, no children should be hungry. Especially here in the United States. There's no reason for it. None. We throwing away food. You go to to some of them stores in the back, they throw food away, and they throw it away because they don't want to be sued because they don't want nobody to get sick. Stuff is being thrown away, vegetables, everything. And there are people who are going through the dumpsters. I've never heard of Buckley. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to look it up too. Lady Dagger status. I've heard of Father John's. It's also impossible to find now, like Buckley's. Hmm. Carlos Roundtree said yes. It's horrible, but it works. Okay, I'm glad I'm saying this stuff out loud, cause so I can rewatch it and look for this stuff. Maybe I'll find it on Etsy or something. Cause some of the stuff they don't sell here in the United States, they sell in other countries, and Etsy usually has it. I hate to say it, Etsy or eBay. Buckley's is like gasoline. What? Farmer Chaz? I've never heard of it. Carlos Roundtree, I've never heard of Buckley's. I'm gonna have to look it up. Miss Simona said, yep. I threw like that too. My mom made a closet pantry and we had a large deep freezer. Oh, you grew up like that too? We didn't. I didn't. I grew up in a household where they would shop daily or every other day. At the beginning of the month or like maybe once, no, daily. Daily. The only thing that we would have in there, not in my grandma's refrigerator, because we had two refrigerators. We had my grandma's refrigerator, which you could not touch ever. Couldn't go in there and look, nothing. So I didn't know what was in there. Because if they caught you in there, you was gonna get a whooping. Because she was the one who cooked and planned the meals. But the refrigerator that was upstairs with all the little, ice cream and snacks and all that stuff, there wasn't much in there. So if we didn't eat when it was dinner time, and if you didn't like what she cooked, first of all, you had to eat it. You had no choice. It wasn't no. She was like, I'm not your maid. She didn't even have to say it. She came from the silent generation. You know how they were, right? My grandma, silent generation. They ain't talk. They just give you that look. And if you said something, you didn't even shoot. We didn't even try her. We didn't try her at all. That was a recipe for disaster. Your disaster. We didn't get to go in that refrigerator though. The one upstairs, yes, but not downstairs. Let me see. Fatima, I grew up like that too. My mom had a closet, a pantry. We had a large deep freezer. Lady Daggerstad, both are on Amazon for around $24. So y'all hear that? We can nip this thing in the bud so we don't get our families and us. We don't get as I ain't gonna say we ain't gonna get it. It's just like they tried to say people wasn't gonna get the years ago. You're gonna get it, but you can kind of control how bad it gets. I think I already had it though. Yep, I think I already had it because I was going down for the count in New Orleans. And I thought it was allergies, and I said, nah, it's not allergies. I ain't had no choice but to get up though. Had to keep going. All my animals would have starved, and I ain't gonna let that happen. Force myself to get up. Shoot, them doggone dogs won't let you lay down. They start pushing up and making a bunch of noise and crying. I have to go outside and go to the bathroom. They're trained to go outside. They don't go in my house. Man, I had to get up. And they keep on messing with you. I think animals know when you're sick. Especially them doggone dogs. They give you no peace. Like, you are not going to do nothing. You are not going to go away on me. My life depends on you. Get up, girl. Get up, Jamerica. Go and fill my water bowl. I know you're sick, but you can get up and you can fill my water bowl and put some food down. All right? That's all I'm asking. Oh, and let me out to the bathroom. I got to go right now. You don't want to clean up behind these dogs. Just put them out. If they go to that back door, they'll give me 2 tries. And then I'm going to have to clean up a mess. Auntie's World. My pharmacist would order after you pay. Now I get half the amount. Oh yeah, everything is shrinking. Everything is shrinking. Food, everything. The packaging is all shrinking. Even if the price is going up. Miss Simona, Buckley's is strong menthol taste. Okay, and it's Buckley. It knocks sickness out real quick. 7C cod liver oil is something else too. That might be the one that we used to get. Ugh. I'm glad we're sharing information, y'all. Because a lot of the stuff that our families did, a lot of us, especially the young people, they don't know, and we don't. And our families didn't know everything. Everybody's family did something different, and some people's family didn't know nothing. They just thought that your immune system should fight it off, and sometimes your immune system is not enough. If you try to knock it out, as soon as you get it, you better off. The weaker the virus is going to be, the less Another thing I did during the was wash my nose out. I had a neti pot. I had several neti pots. I kept on switching them out. I washed my nose out with that saline solution, and I gargled with salt water. I was doing everything. That's why I was like one of the last people to catch it, and ain't go nowhere. That's another thing. And when I did go, I was mop level. I'm an army person. I was mop level. I was more than mop level one. I had glasses on, everything, because I was here. I heard that people was catching viruses in their eyes. It was catching it through their eyes. Man, you think it's just your nose. Your eyes absorb stuff too, and your skin. If you don't wash your hands, you gonna pick up something. You gotta wash your hands. I washed my hands so much during that time. Well, I always wash my hands because I was in the army. We had to wash our hands a lot, but a lot of that stuff is from not washing your hands. You pick it up, and it gets on your skin. Shoot, I would decontaminate myself when I would go out to the store during that time. I guess I'm gonna have to do it again. But I think I already had it, y'all. I was sick coming from New Orleans. I sure was. I told the bartender, I said, "Yo, I don't wanna be down for the count. I got too much responsibility. And I wanna have to call anybody to come help me." She gave me that lemon. I made it home. And although I was sick, I was able to do the things I needed to do because I kept on doing stuff, washing my nose out, and what did I do with my? Did I pull it out? Washing my nose out and doing all kind of stuff, just trying to stay afloat, natural stuff. Sometimes you go to the doctor and you end up sicker than when you went in. Especially if you go to the ER, they don't care. They keep you in there for hours in the waiting room with other sick folks. Everybody ain't got the same thing. I'd rather go to urgent care than the ER. So I got most of the stuff planted. I got this much left. And here goes these freaking, my goodness. She don't want you, bro. And then the other rooster come and get off of her. So they got their own little society in there. So we got our callaloo planted. They don't look too good right now, and I'm not saying all of them gonna make it, but most of them will, because that's just the luck I have. Guess I have the growing hands or something. You know how people have growing hands for hair. I have growing hands for plants. You got to take care of them though. You got to water them down and keep them in light. I thank everybody for being with me. Let me see wait. Thank God I heard of the herbal remedies. Buckley stopped working for me. My immune system was weak since 1989. Again, thankful for the herbal knowledge. Yeah. Who had fire cider? Black's Tropical Homestead. What is it now? I forget what the channel's name is now, but it was on that channel. I saw it. I got to go and look at it because I don't know how to make it. Lady Dagger Status. It's so eye-opening learning about herbal remedies, and it's cheaper to grow some and make it your own tinctures and sauce, and you know it's real because you made it. Because some of this stuff they selling us is not what it is. So When you grow it yourself, or when you do it yourself, for the most part, you know that the oregano is oregano and the thyme is thyme. And shoot, you want me to go through a list? There's a whole bunch of stuff that they're faking now, and it's ticking me off. I'm not gonna cuss. So this is callaloo, the Jamaican collard greens. I'll show you how I cook it when they grow, because these jokers are gonna be as big, almost as big as my avocado tree. That's how big they get. I thank everybody for being with me. I hope you all have a safe night, a safe week. Everybody try to stay healthy, and let's share the knowledge to keep ourselves healthy. This is Jamerica with Jamerica Life. Thank you for being with me, and I'll see you guys on the next one, all right? Bye, y'all. Hello to you too, Urban Backyard Container Garden. Watch the replay, please, unless you was watching on TV.